Hey guys, welcome back to Aux Repair guys. In today's video guys, we'll show you how to fix the auxiliary port on BMW 3 Series generation 2005 to 2013. If you have E90, 91, 92 or E93 model guys, that will work for you. So as you know, this is extremely bad spot on those. Usually, okay, you have your cable connected and it will drop down, okay. You will see that all of a sudden it's just going to drop down, okay, and you lose it. Now the correct way to fix guys that thing is to remove the center console. So stay with us and we'll show you how to do that, why you need to do that, and we'll proceed with actually repairing it so you don't have to worry about dropping again. All the tools and parts that we use in the videos will be listed in the description of the video below, so please check it out. So first we're going to need a few plastic panel removal tools and we're going to go ahead and open the arm rest like that, or maybe close it for now. Let's leave it closed. Now you have two clips here on top, and what you usually do, okay, you need to grab it with your fingers right here, okay, and pull it like that. You can see that's where the clips are, okay, right here. So if it doesn't come loose, all you have to do, get a prying removal tool, go in, okay, press on the clips and they'll come loose. Now we have two little clips on the side, okay, my bad, and those are possible to undo from right here, okay. Let me just get on the side here. I'll show you once it's removed what they look like. Okay, might give me some time here to, because if you break those clips on the bottom, okay, that could be very bad, and I'll show you why. Because they're not like regular clips. Okay, I got this one loose, and again, once we remove it, I'll show you, okay, what exactly they look like. So we have the same one on this side here. So just 1 second, I'll go ahead, remove this one, perfect. Now we can pull it out and we can disconnect, okay, the wiring harness. So you have, okay, let me disconnect this one here first. So we're going to go ahead, okay, pull this one out, because some of the models will not have that thing here. Okay, and you can just leave it like that. If you want, you can disconnect the wire, it's up to you. Now this one goes in a clip, so you can just pull it, okay, trying to get some light here. You can pull it out, okay, like that, and on the back side is the connector. So with a small screwdriver, okay, we'll disconnect the wiring harness now. Okay, it came out, okay, just like that, you can see. So what we need to do, okay, we need to put the key in, turn the ignition on without starting the car. Okay, the ignition on without starting the car is when you have the lights on but the car not running. Have your emergency brake on as well, all the way up, and this is because we'll need to put the car in drive without the engine running. Press the brake, shift it in drive. Now what you need to do, grab with your hands, push that button and pull straight up. Do not twist or anything like that, because you will break your knob. Okay, and came out. Now in order to remove, okay, the trim piece, we'll need to remove the shifter trim right here as well. And with a plastic panel removal tool, okay, we're going to pry it up. Now here you can see we have only two wires, and those are with a small flat head screwdriver. There is one tooth that we need to pry. Okay, this is the tooth right here, and one on this side as well. Okay, and we removed it just like that. Now you need to open the armrest all the way with a same plastic panel removal tool. There is a couple clips, okay, so you need to start on this side. Okay, lift it up. Now you can see clips holding here and there, so you need to work your way around it. Okay, and you can pull it towards the back. Now we need to disconnect the wire here. Okay, and let me see if I can pull it out so I can show you. Actually, I want to show you how to do that wire. Okay, this wire has one tooth on the bottom. This tooth with a flathead screwdriver, barely pry it like that. Okay, and pull it out. Okay, you can see that whole piece now will be out. All we have to do is disconnect this wire. Okay, right here, this is for the power outlet socket. So again, you need to, let me see, you need to squeeze those things in towards each other. Push down, squeeze in, pull it out. Okay, and it came out. So now we need to remove the e-brake cover here, the handbrake cover. So with a panel removal tool, there is a few clips. Okay, once I remove it, I'll show you where all the clips are. You just need to pry it up. Then you need to pull it like that. And the thing about it is, you don't have to remove this one if you want to. But what I'm going to do is just a zip tie here. And we have a video how to replace it actually. Okay, right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip tie and later I'll install a new one. Just a regular zip tie. Okay, like that. Now, you can pull this thing out of the way. You don't have to remove the handle, but if you want to, you could. And then we need to get a flathead screwdriver, and right here there is, okay, two covers. Let me see how I'm going to get underneath them actually. Okay, one came out, now one more. There is so much coffee spilled here. Now 10mm socket here, guys. Okay, and we're going to remove two bolts. Okay, this is one of the bolts, and I'll actually need to get pliers to pull them out in just a little bit. Okay, this is the second bolt here. Okay, let's see if I can actually go ahead and pull it out to show you what it looks like. Now, give me a second, I'll go get pliers and I'll show you. Now make sure that you empty your console, everything should be empty and you don't have anything there. Now we can close the lid and we'll go towards the back to remove two more nuts. Now right here, two nuts. Okay, and those are with the same 10mm socket that we use for the front. One is loose. Now one more. Okay, I'll go ahead and get the pliers to remove the bolts on the front. Okay, trying to get the bolt out. That's what it looks like. It has a little bit of thread locker on it, so they don't get loose from vibrations. Okay, now the whole console, okay, should slide out. Now right here we have the telephone cable that needs to be disconnected. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you on this side. Okay, so jelly bones here. Okay, this one is disconnected now. We have to disconnect the one towards the front here. Okay, so you can see that tooth. Okay, let's see. It still doesn't want to come out. Okay, like that. Now let's see if we can, okay, pull this one up and slide it towards the back. Okay, something else might be holding here, so you have to be careful how you do that. Okay, it needs to come this way up. maybe we have the wiring harness on the back as well. Okay, this one here we forgot about it, so with the small screwdriver, okay, we need to pry this one open as well. This one for the auxiliary port. Okay, no, this didn't work. Okay, now let's see. Okay, something else is holding. Okay, one more wire. Okay, right here. This wiring needs to come out as well, so let's disconnect this one now. So you can see there is two teeth. Okay, that we need to pry out. Okay, almost out of there. Now let's see if it's going to come out. We hope it does. Slide it out of the emergency brake, the handbrake there. Okay, maybe this one needs to go more up. Okay, and the whole console, guys, came out of the car. You can see, just like that. So usually the auxiliary port, okay, once you remove the center console, the auxiliary port goes right there. And this spot, okay, those are the one that stretches, and as a result it will drop down. Now we have to tear all that apart. Now we have to remove the cup holder here. That's the cooled cup holder. So we're going to remove it. We'll remove the pipe as well. That way we can reach to it and have more room to work there. Okay, you can see it came out. Now we can pull that vent out of the way as well, and you have all the room now, and you don't have to worry about getting into it. Okay, so when you have the port installed, when this one was new, all that was working fine, but you can see those things, those little plastic legs, they crack, and as a result it will come this way and the auxiliary port will fall in the console, which is really bad spot. Now we'll need to get some sandpaper, probably about 100 grit sandpaper, and we're going to sand around, okay, where the auxiliary port will be. We need to scratch that plastic because we'll use that epoxy. Make sure you stay until the end to see how good that thing is going to work. Okay, perfect. Now you need to blow all the dust out of it. Do a little bit to the auxiliary port casing as well. A little bit of sanding. This is on the inside. You will not be even able to see anything, so don't worry about that. Because if you do not sand it, it will be shiny and the epoxy will not stick to it. You will need to get a fast setting epoxy. We'll share all the tools and materials we use in the video. Next we'll use just the pharmacy alcohol, the rubbing alcohol. And we need to clean all the area. That way if you had any greasy spots, or you apply that UV protectant and it leaked down there, you have a greasy spot and the epoxy will not stick to it. Clean the switch as well and let it dry. So you can see I already pushed it in. It got in all the way, and when flipped on the other side, okay, just I'm very careful not to damage our console. Everything has to be even out like that. You have to make sure that it's even on top, it's not sticking out or it's sinking in. All the tools and parts that we use in the videos, guys, will be listed in the description below, so please check it out. Now this is the epoxy that we're using. You can again check out where we got it from. It's a fast setting epoxy, 5-minute epoxy, so it's pretty good. And we're not going to use the whole thing at all. We'll probably use 1/10 of it. You need to break, okay, that piece right here in the middle. This is the cover. so when you don't use most of it, you can save it. Need to break that piece, and now you apply equal amount of both. Okay, we'll just need a little bit. Now you have a few minutes play time with it, so we're going to mix it. And what we're going to do, we don't want anything to leak outside. We don't want that to happen. So as a result, okay, we're going to mix it, and we'll constantly keep eye on it, and all of a sudden you'll start getting thicker. But you have just a few seconds from the moment it gets thicker to actually getting hard, so you have to be quick after that, and we'll show you how we'll do that now. So this is epoxy quad, or you can use a wound pad as well, the non-stick pads. You can use a little piece of quad as well. Okay, like that. And now you can see our epoxy started setting a little bit. It's still a little bit liquid, but not as much now. We will apply a thin amount now. And then we're going to apply the quad. This will reinforce it. And it will prevent from cracking. Okay, we'll recommend doing that to the other side as well. So you can see we're just using a little bit, we don't need much. Yeah, okay, that thing is like a live thing moving everywhere. Yeah, perfect. Apply a little bit on top. You have to let it sit for about 24 hours, even though setting time is about 5 minutes. Before you start using it, pushing the cables in, let it stay at least 24 hours. You'll be hard as rock. So this is it. As you can see, we will let it sit and show you the end result. Okay guys, so you can see it's been 24 hours. The bottom, the plug is gray. Okay, I plug it in and it doesn't go in anymore. It doesn't go in the console, so that looks amazing. You can see there is absolutely no leaks, there is no epoxy or anything like that. So that's how we fix it, guys. Hopefully the video will be helpful to some of you. Please subscribe and many more videos to come.